Hai, selamat pagi teman-teman. Di sini saya akan berbagi dengan kalian mengenai sound segment yang telah saya baca di dalam buku. Sound segment itu singkatnya adalah individual speech sounds. Jadi suara ucapan individu. Saat seseorang mengatakan atau berkata bahasa Inggris, biasanya kita tuh suka bingung kalau misalkan mereka mengucapkan kalimat itu dalam run together, disatu-satuin gitu. Kayak misalkan kamu bilang tuh yang paling fenomenal itu I scream, saya tuh teriak. Tapi kalau misalkan di run together itu biasanya orang-orang jadi menyangkanya itu, mengiranya itu jadi ice cream, sweet things, jadi kayak cemilan gitu. Ada juga satu orang misalkan bilang grade A, dia tuh kayak gitu ya, tulisannya grade A, jadi kelas A. Nah, tapi kalau misalkan di run together itu jadi grade A, jadi kayak gray day. Jadi gray day itu hari kelabu gitu. Tapi kita bisa lihat makna yang dia sampaikan itu dari sound segmentnya, dari bibirnya, maksudnya saya bagaimana cara mengucapkannya, dari kalimat sebelum dan kalimat sesudah yang dia katakan itu apa. Seperti yang kita tahu bahwa the study of speech sound is called phonetic. Maka dari itu, the science of phonetic menggambarkan semua bunyi yang digunakan dalam bahasa dunia itu ada 3. Yang pertama, akustik fonetik. Akustik fonetik ini berfokus pada sifat suaranya aja gitu. Yang kedua ada auditory fonetik. Auditory fonetik ini berkaitan dengan bagaimana pendengar memahami suara kita. Ya, dan yang ketiga itu ada articulatory phonetics. Ini mempelajari bagaimana saluran vokal menghasilkan bunyi dari suatu bahasa. Untuk selanjutnya ada the phonetic alphabet. Some letters have no sound in certain word. Misalkan kayak kata ini, resign. Ada G-nya kan sebelum N, tapi kita nggak baca. Write, tulis. Ada W-nya kan, tapi kita nggak baca. Kita udah belajar tentang phonetic alphabet atau IPA di semester 1, semoga kalian masih ingat. Kan kita tahu tuh kalau tahun 1888 members dari salah satu international phonetic association itu develop a phonetic alphabet to symbolize the sound of all language. Kita telah pelajari semua itu di semester 1 di lab ya, jadi semoga kalian masih ingat banget. Dan coba kita remember bagaimana mengucapkan kata-kata ini. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oke, coba ucapkan semuanya dalam barengan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, kayak gitu. Dan yang terakhir itu mengenai articulatory phonetics. Seperti kita tahu itu suara diartikulasikan oleh bibir dan lidah. Seseorang yang tidak mempunyai lidah itu akan sulit mengucapkan sebuah huruf atau sebuah kata. Coba aja ya, kalau kita lidahnya dikatasin, dilipat, terus kita ngomong hey, kan jadi susah ya. Tapi alhamdulillah kita dikasih kelebihan untuk bisa berartikulasi lebih jelas dengan adanya lidah ini. Hai, bagaimana kabarmu? Kayak gitu. Suara itu dihasilkan oleh udara melalui tenggorokan. Dari situ didorong keluar melalui gigi, maka artikulasi yang diucapkan itu akan jelas gitu. Setiap kita mengeluarkan suara itu pasti ada udara. Hai, hai, hai. Nah, itu adalah udara yang kita hirup melalui tenggorokan, kemudian terpantul melalui langit-langit gigi. Hai, kita hai. Nah, ada kan gitu. Oke, yang terakhir jangan lupa bahwa saat kita belajar bahasa Inggris, khususnya dalam IPA ini, ada vowel, ada konsonan. Vowel itu like A, E, U, I, O, yaitu speech sound made by allowing breath to flow out of the mouth without closing any part of the mouth throat. A, E, I, U, O. If consonant is speech sound made by partially or completely blocking the flow of air through the mouth, like B, D, F, M, N, P, R, and etc. Thank you.
Hello everyone! Here, I want to explain about consonant, place of articulation, manner of articulation, and voiced and voiceless sounds. The sounds of all languages have two classes. Consonant and vowels. Consonant involves some constriction of airflow, or we know it as alphabet letters, except vowels like b, m, and etc. The next is place of articulation. It is where the constriction of air takes place, atau bisa disebut juga tempat keluarnya huruf. There are several kinds of place of articulation. First is bilabial. Bilabial sounds are produced with both lips come together, like p, b, m. Jadi si mulut atas sama mulut bawah kita tuh disatuin, jadi ditutup, b, m, p. The second is labiodental. Labiodental sounds are produced with the upper teeth and lower lip come together. Jadi kayak gigi atas kita sama mulut bawah kita tuh nyatu. Contohnya, the sounds of f and v. F, f, v. Nah, itu. The third is interdental. Interdental sounds are produced with tongue in between upper and lower teeth. Jadi kita gigit lidah, kayak gigit lidah, kayak gitu. The example is the and the. Kayak kalau kita ngucapin the, kita gigit lidah kan. Next is alveolar. Alveolar sounds produced with tongue at or near bridge behind the upper front teeth. Kayak lidah kita di belakang gigi atas. The example is t, n, z, l, r. The next is palatal. Palatal sounds are produced at front hard palate or roof of the mouth. Example is sh for mission, z for miser, and j for judge, and etc. The next is velar. Velar sounds are produced at velum or soft palate. The example is k and g, k and g. And the last is glottal. Glottal sounds are produced at glottis or the space between vocal folds. Example is h, h. The third is manner of articulation. Manner of articulation refers to how the airflow is constricted in the vocal tract. And Alka will explain more about this. The last is voice and voiceless sounds. Voice sounds is when air passes through the vibrating vocal folds, while voiceless sounds is when air passes through open vocal folds. Kita bisa gimana cara bedain antara voice sound and voiceless sound itu gampang. Caranya tinggal kita simpen jari kita di tenggorokan kita kayak gini, terus kita bunyiin suara S sama Z kayak S sama Z. Bisa dirasain kalau ada getaran di tenggorokan kita, itu namanya itu namanya voice sound. Kalau nggak ada getaran di tenggorokan kita, itu namanya voiceless. Coba rasain lagi. Itu voiceless, dan Z itu voice sound gitu. The example of voice sounds first is flowers. Walaupun sebenarnya di tulisannya itu S, yang berarti S itu voiceless sounds, tapi karena di situ jamak, jadi pronunciation-nya jadi z kan, jadi flowers. Nah, jadi itu voice sounds. Nah, untuk contoh yang voiceless itu kayak word fine. Bisa dirasain nggak ada getaran di tenggorokan kita. Fine. Jadi itu voiceless sound gitu. Well, that's all from me. Next, let's listen to the next speakers.
Hello, my name is Alka Fajari. In this time, we will discuss about consonant classification. The first is oral consonant. Oral consonant is a consonant sound in speech that is made by allowing air to escape from the mouth, as opposed to the nose as in nasal consonant. And the most sounds in all language are oral sounds. And next is nasal consonant. Nasal consonant is a type of consonant produced with a lower volume in the mouth, allowing air to come out through the nose, while the air is not allowed to pass through the mouth. Most nasal are voiced. In addition to the nose and mouth, the vocal cord and lungs also make a contribution to producing speech by controlling the volume, or we can say amplitude, and pitch, or we can say frequency of the sound. The use of vocal cord will also determine whether the consonant is voiced or voiceless. The presence or absence of this phonetic picture, nasal and voiced, permit the division of all speech sound into 4 classes. The first is voiced, the second is voiceless, third is nasal, and the last is oral, as shown in this picture. The next material is stop. Stop is a consonant in which the airstream is completely blocked in the oral cavity for a short period. All other sounds are continued. The sound T is stop, but the sound S is not. That is what makes them different speech sound. The next material is fricative. Fricative in the production of sound continuum, the airflow is so severely obstructed that it causes frication, and the sound are therefore called fricative. The first of the following pairs of fricative are voiceless, and the second is voiced. all fricative are continuing, although the airstream is obstructed as it passes through the oral cavity. It is not completely stopped. The next material is affricate. The affricate sound are produced by a stop closure followed immediately by a gradual release of the closure that produce an effect characteristic of affricative. The next material is liquid. Liquid in the production of the sound I and R. There is some obstruction of the airstream in the mouth, but not enough to cause any real constriction or friction. The sound are liquid. Yep, the next material is glide. Glide, like liquid, is a consonant produced when the tongue approaches a point of articulation within the mouth, but doesn't come close enough to obstruct or constrict the flow of air enough to create turbulence. Unlike nasal, the flow of air is not redirected into the nose. The next material is approximant. Approximant in some books, the sounds are W, J, R, and I are alternatively called approximant because the articulator approximates a frictional closeness. The last material is click. These exotic sounds are made by moving air in the mouth between various articulators. The sound of disapproval, often spelled "tis", is an alveolar click that occurs, which is like the sound one makes to encourage a horse, occurs in Xhosa. In fact, the X in Xhosa stand for that particular speech sound.